Hello, you guys, it's me, Lise Perez, your master embodiment coach and author. I hope you guys are doing well and you're having a fabulous Friday. As you guys let me know what's going on with you guys, let me know things, let me know what is happening with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Even if you didn't catch the live version, that's okay, but thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful. If you like this video, I'm going to be talking about pulling yourself away, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. But if you like this video, then please like, share, and subscribe, and you can receive the notifications of when I go live next or when I upload another video. That would be super amazing. So again, I'm talking about pulling yourself away. And what does that mean, guys? I'm talking about pulling yourself away from toxic energy, so that the right people find you, right? The like-minded people, the people that lift you up, the people that kind of, build your strength and courage, the ones that support you, they encourage you, right? Those type of people. And when I was thinking about this topic, I was like, it's really hard to actually pull yourself away, right? Because it's super, super hard to pull yourself away from toxic energy. Because so often, we get pulled right back. And I know from experience that this happens a heck of a lot, right? And what I affectionately like to call is my past life. I would try to pull myself away from toxic energy and it would just pull me right back, right? And the quote says, you are like the 5 people that you hang around with most. And when I had to think about that, I was a very negative person. Everything that came out of my mouth is very negative. The person I was 10 years ago just wouldn't do these type of videos, right? Because she didn't really believe the importance of it. She didn't really, understand what's happening with them. And so, she would just, every single thing that came out of her mouth was negative. Every single thought that she thought was negative, right? She would believe the toxic energy that would come to her and be like, you don't look good in that clothes because, you don't look good in that outfit because, I don't know, your calves look big, or it just doesn't suit you, the colors didn't suit you. And even though I would love the outfit so much, I would believe them, right? Because that's what happens. That's what happens with toxic energy. Toxic energy tends to be a little bit like a plague. That's the best way I can really describe it. Because, like a plague, right? It infects one person, right? And then it'll go, and it's infectious, and it infects every single other person, contaminates every single other person around them, every single person that it touches, right? And so toxic energy is like that. They'll start, toxic people will, and when I say toxic, I mean negative people, the ones that kind of put you down, kick you even when you're down on the ground, gasping for air and just trying to survive. And they'll still kick you when you're down, and they'll still bug you, and they'll still ridicule you and be judgmental and all that stuff, right? And so that's what I mean when I talk about toxic energy. Now, the plague, I refer to it as the plague because when you think about the plague, what happens is when a toxic person, when a negative person comes to you and you ends up rubbing their energy off of you, what's going to happen? You're going to become a toxic person too. You're gonna become negative. Their influence is going to rub off on you, and then the people around you, you're going to rub off on them. The way that your personality is, the way that you are, the way that you behave, the way that you act, the way that you support others or not support them, right? And literally, it goes from person to person to person to person. And that person that rubbed off on you, chances are, got that energy and encapsulated that energy and embodied that energy from another person, and that person embodied it from someone else and someone else and someone else, and it becomes a not so great ripple effect that we want to happen, right? So is toxic energy a great thing? I've gotten asked this before. Is it a good thing? In all reality, it isn't, but in a way it is, because it helps you grow and evolve. It helps you build your character. You know, you build your strength, your resilience because of toxic energy, right? You know who your true friends are through this. You know, like, who supports you and who you support, and you know who encourages you and all the fun stuff. Like, you know. So, as I said, is it a great thing? Not entirely, but it really does help you grow and evolve and become the better person that you want to be, or it helps you choose who you don't want to be. And I've let go of a lot of toxic people in my life, mostly from people in high school, of course, and the ones that didn't really support me or didn't really encourage me ever. Right? I had this actually one chick that was my best friend. I've known her since grade 4, and you know, we befriended each other and everything. But even to this day, you know, how long have we been out of high school? I don't know, 15 years or so. Even to this day, she still continues to be super, super negative. And every single time, you know, I would talk to her, it ends up being like that. And it would always just bring me down. And I've worked my damnedest to not get in this energy anymore. Like, I started to meet other people and more like-minded people that you know, supported me, and that I supported them, and that encouraged me, and I encouraged them, and we just reciprocated. We fed off each other's energy, right? And they're not toxic at all. They're just, you know, super supportive, very like-minded. They have a vision of where they want to go. And this individual that I was speaking about, you know, she doesn't have a vision of where she wants to go. She's still, you know, she's still in that space. I called it the high school phase, or the high school continuance, because she's the exact same person as she was in high school, very stagnant, very negative, and continues to be. And so I didn't let her go, but we just, you know, through our different paths and through our different journeys and through our different experiences, we just dissipated. Because that's what happens when you pull yourself away, when you start to pull yourself away from toxic energy, from those toxic forces, right? Because we're all life forces. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. And so when we can understand that, we're going to make our human experience as gratifying as we possibly can, right? We want to be able to live our dreams, you know, activate our gifts, live the life that we desire, shift our mindset, you know, work through our visions, fulfill our visions, whatever the case, whatever that looks like for you. We all want that, and so when that happens, and when you have an idea of where you want to go, and it's just not the straight tunnel vision, but it's more like the Hawk's perspective, like the big picture purpose that you have for your life and for your family's life, you know, in order to build a legacy, in order to make your mark on this planet, then you'll start to pull yourself away from toxic energy. Not that you essentially want to, it just happens, because every single time you reach the next level, you'll meet newer people, you'll meet people that are wanting to be at the same level as you, or if not, you know, a couple levels ahead of you. And so you start to embody that space, you start to embody that energy. And so people that are toxic to you, or that in your negative energy, starts to dissipate, and you start to go further and further away, and more people, more like-minded people, end up coming into your circle, right? And they end up becoming part of your life, and become part of your tribe, and the other ones just kind of start leaving it. And you don't have to let them go whatsoever. It just happens, right? I always say that the universe always works in mysterious ways. So all the time, I'm always, you know, praying for people that are like-minded, that come into my network, and that know where they want to go, that their vision, right? And then so I can learn from them, and they can learn from me, and we can just build each other's character, and just, you know, be part of each other's lives. I don't pray for toxic people to leave my life. It just happens that way. Especially when I'm, you know, praying for the complete opposite. I'm praying for the like-minded people, and so therefore the toxic energy will just naturally dissipate, and it becomes a beautiful thing, because you don't really, when you reach the next level, and when you break the next ceiling that you need to break, and you become bold and you start to take massive action in whatever you need to do, these people, they start to see that, and they start to become unfit for your world. And so, and if they want to stay stagnant, then they'll start to dissipate themselves. They might not stop talking to you after a time, because they see that you have a bigger vision that doesn't include them, right? And it just so happens that way, and that's okay. And that's the thing, when we want to let go of toxic energy, and when we want to pull ourselves away, we have to be okay with accepting that they might no longer be part of our lives, right? And this goes to say, and I'm talking about like family, I'm talking about distant relatives, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about close people, people in your network, whoever they may be, right? Because I had a couple family members that were a bit toxic, so I don't talk to them very much. We do from time to time, but not a whole lot. And so, that's just happens, because the right people, and what I found is that the right people will walk into your life at the right time. And yesterday I spoke about the right time, right? In regards to business, right? Planting the seeds. And so therefore, it's the same thing for like-minded people. The right like-minded people, the ones that have the big picture purpose, and the ones that know where they're going, just like you, that they have a vision for their lives, and they don't want to just stay stagnant in this high school mentality, they'll end up finding you. You don't have to really search for them. You just, as I shared yesterday, you just continue to do what you're doing, right? Live your life, and the right people will find you, right? And just to give you an idea, just to give you an example, I've prayed for, like, I'm focused on women empowerment, right? Because I'm a master coach, I'm an author, and I mostly, like, I have a passion for empowering women, and so therefore I prayed, and I pray every single day about who God wants me to be, and the right people. Like, I prayed for, I'm like, bring the right women to my circle, bring them into my tribe, through social media or wherever the case may be, bring them along my path, right? Because the people are in your path for a reason, toxic or non-toxic, they're in your path for a reason, right? Because if they're in your path and they're not really great company to keep, that's because you need to grow as an individual. They're going to help you grow. And then, and just like, as I spoke yesterday about planting the seeds, well, you're planting growth for yourself, and, and when you reap the harvest, which means that you'll no longer need that seed to be planted, because now it's time to reap the harvest. Now it's time to claim what's rightfully yours. And so therefore, it's the same with toxic energy. You'll plant the seed, so they'll plant the seed for you, because they'll actually help you grow, they'll help you evolve, they'll help you build character, whether it's strength, persistence, resilience, determination, finding your unstoppability, it doesn't matter. They'll help you build your character. They'll give you life lessons, they'll give you challenges. That's the beautiful thing about toxic energy, is they will give you challenges to see how much grit you can get through, how much strength you have, right? To not let their energy affect you. So they'll give you challenges, they'll give you life lessons, and so they're helping you plant the seeds. Now, when it's time to reap the harvest, it'll, new people will come into your life, new like-minded people, and those people that helped you plant the seeds you no longer need that seed to be planted. So they'll start dissipating, they'll start disappearing from your life, or you just won't talk to them anymore, or whatever the case may be. Right? And as I said, this goes for family, or close friends, or this goes for just anyone, right? And so, but every single person in your life is meant to be there for a reason. As I said, it could be because it's presenting you a challenge, or you need to grow your characteristics, or you need to grow your personality in some way, or they're going to help you reach the next level just by being who they are, because they've already surpassed your level, and they're going to mentor you, right? Subconsciously, they're going to mentor you, and they're going to help you in some way. So either way, it's going to build your character. But as I said, the right people will come into your life at the right time, when you least expect it, right? When I was going through my stuff, just even just let's not even go far. Let's go 4 or 5 years ago, when I was in a little bit of a dark place and I didn't know who to turn. All of a sudden, positive people, or like-minded people that have already kind of surpassed. They've been through the darkness, but they've already surpassed. Like they've been in the right mindset. They've been able to shift their mind. They started walking into my life. One of them is my coach, and I started to listen to her, and I started to kind of, listen to her lives and listen to what she has to say and her story and all the fun stuff. And then things started to change for me. I started to shift my mindset, right? I started to become a greater version of myself, right? And then and after that, more positive people, encouraging people started to enter my life, and the people that weren't so positive, that weren't so encouraging, started to slowly go away. And as I said, it's not a bad thing, but you can't have honestly, you can't have toxic people and positive people at really the same time. One of them, it's like a pendulum. One of them is going to be a bit better than the other, right? You can't really have them at the same time. When you have a super positive person, super encouraging person on the top of your life, and in a like-minded stance, toxic person is it's not gonna quite balance. So they're gonna kind of, maybe they don't like your toxic, maybe they don't like your positive energy, your encouraging energy, and so they're gonna end up kind of going away on their own accord. But that's just what happens. So if you guys are going through something similar, because we all go through this, we all have at least one person in our life right now that is not really presenting a great energy, right? Ask yourself who are you when you're with them, because chances are, as I mentioned in this quote, you are like the five people that you hang around with the most. And so if 4 out of 5 people are toxic and they're not great company to keep, chances are you're very similar. Your personality is very similar. But ask yourself, when you're with this person, do you like the person that you are? When you're with these individuals, do you like the person who you are? Do you want to become a greater version of yourself? Right? And so that'll tend to give you the answer. And if you're wanting to shift your mindset and you're wanting to really become greater versions of yourself, then there's a choice you got to make, right? And you should be taking action on it. So again, this topic is called pulling yourself away. Let me know if this resonates with you, and if you've received value out of this message. I would love to know in the comments below. So pop in and let me know your experiences with toxic energy and what you did to deal with it, so that you can help other readers as well, and other people that have viewed my videos. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell so you can receive my my notifications of when I go live next, or even just when I upload a video. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we shall talk to you soon. God bless you. Stay empowered.